Hey friends, if I told you that you could have more clarity and focus on what's important by doing one simple task, would you do it? I know that I would. I totally would. But when I tell you what it is, you're going to think that it's counterproductive, counterintuitive. It's not complicated, but it doesn't make sense in our brains, right? And that is taking a step back and stopping. Just when you stop and you take a step back, you're able to look at your life in such a way that you can evaluate what you're actually doing. You have to not be running 100 miles an hour to be able to do this, which will feel like you're doing nothing. But you are. You are doing something that will propel you forward, even if it feels like you're not doing anything at all. Before we move into all the ways and whatnots about this, what I want to remind you is that I do have a guide that will walk you through creating rhythms. This is a tool to help you step back and really understand what you're currently doing. It is personalized to your life. It is a step-by-step guide that will take you from inventorying what you're doing to creating rhythms that are going to be healthy and sustainable and help you in the things that are the most important to you. It is not a one-size-fits-all program guide, but it is something that will help you create rhythms and delegate out tasks. I want you to grab that. It is right in the description of this. So take a step back and do that thing. All right, so why do we do it, right? Like I said in the beginning, it really does help us move forward. It gives you a clearer picture of what you're actively doing and to see if there's things you need to be removing, if there are things that you need to keep, if there are things that you could be doing at a better time or a different time. All of those things you'll never see if you are always running 100 miles an hour. As moms and as business owners, we want to be productive, and we only have a little bit of time to do it because someone needs to be fed, someone needs to take a nap, someone needs to be driven to soccer practice, and so we're just trying to get everything we can get done in the tiny amount of time that we have, right? But like I told you, this will help. It is not only okay to step back, I would venture to say that it is necessary to take an inventory of what you're doing. It is not wasting time. It makes you more efficient. I'm sure you've heard the axe and chopping wood analogy, right? They're chopping wood, but that axe will get dull. And if you don't stop and you step back, take the time to sharpen it, it will be so much more effort to cut wood with. But if you take a step back and you say, this is the thing that needs to be changed, this is the thing that needs to happen, which is the axe gets sharpened, or maybe it's you stop doing your business work at this time and you start doing it at this time, and you only take client calls during this block of time instead of all these times that are making you run wild or run ragged. It's just taking an honest look at what you're already doing will make you more efficient because you're taking a step back. It gives you a clearer picture, like I said. It gives you more direction when you step back, and it frees you up from unnecessary clutter in your life. Things are going to creep in. They always do. You'll always have said yes without realizing you said yes, or just started adding things to your to-do list that just weren't necessary. Things creep in. It just is a thing that happens. And so by stepping back, you can realize that those things need to go. Okay, you did them for a little while, they didn't hurt anybody, but if you keep doing them, then they're going to take up too much of your time. It frees your mind from clutter, frees your schedule from clutter when you really take a look at it and you stop for a second and think about it. It frees up your time, it frees up your brain, it frees up everything. So how do you do that, right? How do you take a step back? This is what I would do. This is what I'm encouraging you to do, is find a block of time, even if it's like 15 or 30 minutes, to just be able to have a seat. Look at your calendar. Take that guide that I gave you earlier and walk through it. That will really help you. But if you don't even get that guide, what I want you to tell you is you can do it with just this video. I want you to look at your daily schedule, your life, what the things that you're doing that are coming in, and look at your schedule and ask yourself, is there a better way? Are there things in here that need to go? Is there anything that I can ask somebody else to do for me or for themselves if you're doing something for them and they should be doing it themselves? Make a list of all the stuff that you need to be doing, and then I want you to go through that list and get rid of, if it needs to be get rid of it, delegate it out to someone in your family or someone else that needs to be handling it. And then the things that you need to keep. Think about when those things need to be taking place. Some things you can't change. Like, I can't determine when we have church on Sunday. It's going to be 10:30 every Sunday morning, right? I can't change that. So there are things in your life you can't change, but you work around those things. But there are things you can work around. Do you have a play date with a friend? Can you guys move that if it's not working for you anymore? Like, what can be moved? Where can it go? What needs to be gotten rid of? And so just taking a minute and really looking at your schedule will open up these opportunities that you didn't know you had, and it will show you the things that you're doing that you didn't need to be doing. So do that, my friend. Do it. Take a block this week. I want you to block out 15 minutes and do this. I'm sure you can find 15 minutes. And I'm telling you, it doesn't take as long as you think it's gonna. So just take that second. Take a step back and look at your life. Look at what's going on so you can have more focus and more clarity on what is the most important and what God has called to you in this season. All right, my friends, I will talk to you next time.